Have you ever heard of a man named Jacques Lowe? Jacques Lowe was President John F. Kennedy's personal photographer, and over the years, Jacques had taken thousands and thousands of pictures, and at the end of his career, had amassed about 40,000 negatives and pictures of President Kennedy and his family, and things in the White House and things before he was assassinated, just a priceless collection of pictures of the Kennedy family. And Mr. Lowe was very, very meticulous about how those pictures and negatives were handled. He didn't want them disappearing, and he didn't want them in the hands of people that would use them for something bad. And so anytime a museum or a library would need a picture, instead of putting it in the mail, he would hand deliver the picture or the negative to the library or to the museum. One day he decided that he needed to store all of those 40,000 negatives so that they would be in a safe place. And so he did some research, and he determined that the safest place in the world would be in a bank vault, the J.P. Morgan Chase Bank in New York City. So he moved all of his negatives, 40,000 negatives of the Kennedy family, to the J.P. Morgan Chase Bank in New York City, thinking that would be the safest possible place. According to all of his research, that was the place where nothing could happen to those negatives. And it wasn't long after that, on September 11th, 2001, that the bank holding all of those negatives was destroyed by terrorists in the World Trade Center attack. Now, he thought those things were safe, but something totally unusual and something terrible happened and destroyed the thing that he was trying to keep safe. Now, if you look at the scripture, David, he was a man who understood the need for finding refuge, finding safety. David spent much of his life running from Saul, who was trying to kill him. And in Psalm chapter 9, David wrote a song, and the words to the song go, "The Lord will be a refuge for those who are oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble." And when David writes that verse, the word that he uses for refuge literally means to be placed high. It pictures outer space or somewhere up in the heavens, in the sky. What David is saying is that when you are being oppressed, when you have a heavy weight, when there is conflict and turmoil in your life, the Lord can lift you up out of it. He can lift you up high above those things that are causing conflict and pain and heavy weight in your life. Our problem is we tend to look for other things and other places to place our troubles, to find relief from our oppression, to find help with those things that are heavy in our life. But David understood that if you really want lasting peace, if you really want lasting fulfillment, if you really want lasting help, the first place you look is God, and He will lift you up out of, or lift you high above your troubles. So I don't know what's in your life today, and I don't know what's on your schedule today, but I do know there will come a time, maybe today or tomorrow, where you are going to need a refuge. You're going to need a safe place. You're going to need a place where you can be protected. First place you have to turn, if you look at the life of David, is to the Lord. He will lift you up high. He will let you soar above those things that are causing you pain and worry and distress and oppression. So today, maybe take a look at this beautiful song that David wrote in Psalm 9. The Lord is a refuge for those who are oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. May you soar high above your trouble today. Bye.